Welcome to the Press Box Show, the final Press Box Show of the regular season, a presentation of the Dispatch and Argus Sports Department, sponsored by Zeglin's TV and Appliance. I'm Marc Nesseler. This is sports writer Daniel Mararewicz, and what we're going to do today is we're going to tip the scales. Not tip the scales as far as eating heavily before Thanksgiving, but rate them on 1 to 10. I've got 4 topics, 10 being it's a sure thing, 1 not going to happen.
Right.
All right, the first one, we're going to start out with Alleman winning the Big Six, the IHSA berth in the Big Six. They play United Township. Is there anything but a 10? Can we go a little lower?
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
With Alleman, with what's at stake, because it is a playoff game for them. If they lose to United Township, they are 4-5. They're not in the playoffs.
And they're out.
And they would get a record 16th Western Big Six Conference title. They are tied with Rock Island at 15 right now. There's too much at stake for Alleman not to get it done tonight when they play UT.
The only thing I can see is offensively. They've only scored 16 points against Galesburg, 20 against Moline, and 14 I think was against Rock Island.
14 and 7 against Quincy.
7 against Quincy. So in
but
that
they've
regard,
only given up. They gave up 15 to combine to Galesburg and Quincy. They gave up 7 to Rock Island, and I think they gave up 16 to Moline. Their defense is the reason why.
I was trying to figure out a way that maybe I'd get a 9.4, but I think you're right.
UT struggled to score.
Yeah.
And Alleman's defense has been solid.
You convinced me. I'll go with 10. All right, the next one. Geneseo going undefeated. Going 9-0, and the key there is they played DeKalb
at DeKalb
Friday night.
And
at DeKalb.
I think that's a 6. I think that's you got to favor it a little bit more, and Geneseo's favored that they could go on the road and get it done. I mean, this program is used to winning. It's been since 2006 though that they've had an undefeated regular season. DeKalb, I think I looked up, 1951 was the last time DeKalb had an undefeated regular season. 1980, the last time they met.
When I was born, pretty close.
No, I think you were like 8. Belated happy birthday, too. So I think there's a lot at stake for Geneseo, and they get a number 1 seed in a quadrant, I believe, if they were able to win. So it's a 6. You don't want to show favoritism or be a homer, because it's not going to be easy to go on the road at DeKalb the way that they have a Division I running back that's going to Illinois.
Right.
But you'd like to think that Geneseo can go up there and at least give themselves a chance. That's why I say a 6.
A 6. Because it's on the road and because DeKalb's a 6A as opposed to Geneseo being a 4A, I'm going to go just a little bit lower. I'm going to go a 4 on the other side of 5. Together we make a 10, but I don't think that counts. But it's a very tough game, and I think it's a great game for Geneseo in preparing them for the playoffs as they come up.
Very true.
The next one, Mercer County, getting a share of the Lincoln Trail title. Now they are 6-1. Is that I know
they are 5-1 in the 6-1 in the conference.
Right, and Stark County is 7-0. They play Princeville,
6-1.
which is also 6-1. So if Princeville wins and Mercer County wins, now it's 2-pronged there because Mercer County plays United on the road, and Stark County plays Princeville on the road.
Yep.
So what do you think?
I say a 4. Because Stark County has been kind of rolling through people, but the one thing that you have to worry, the tough games that Stark County has played, Mercer County, Anawan, Weathersfield, United, have all been at home. This one's on the road. This one's in Princeville.
It's kind of like Quincy in the Big Six.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So Princeville's got a lot to play for, and Princeville is playing pretty well. So I still say it's a 4 because you got to see what Stark County's been doing and how well they've been playing. But Mercer County, for them this season, for as bad as it started, for them to even be in the discussion for a Lincoln Trail Conference Championship is pretty impressive to me.
I had it at a 50-50. I had it at a 5. Not so much. I think Mercer County takes United. Mercer County's playing really well in October.
Correct. Offensively, too.
But Stark County is equally as tough.
Correct.
And even though they're on the road, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Stark County has the top playoff spot, the most. So their schedule has prepared them for something like this. Just as Geneseo's getting ready, I think Stark County's in the same boat as this. So I split at 5 just because I think it could go either way.
Yep.
The last one is, what is the possibility of having 2 Quad City area teams, no matter the class, face off in the first round of the playoffs?
I think it's a 7. Now, One that I'm hoping could happen, Geneseo and Alleman.
And really, we'd need Geneseo to beat DeKalb, I think.
But I
because
think
if
either-
Alleman comes in at 5-4,
I think either
doesn't
way.
Geneseo have to be 9-0?
Not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily work
could be
that
8-1,
way. Yeah, you
5-4?
could be 8-1
Has
because
happened.
Geneseo last year played a 5-14 in the first round, and they were 8-1
Okay.
going there. It just depends on the play.
Well,
because
that
there's
might change my scale.
There's not a lot of undefeated teams on this.
Okay.
What would be the north? But Geneseo and Alleman could be in different halves of the bracket. That happened last year, north, south. One that I think could happen: Rock Ridge and Orion. If Rock Ridge goes in at 8-1, and if Orion were to lose, Gary Provincetown be 6-3. I think that could happen. I don't think at 7-2 Orion would face an 8-1 Rock Ridge. Mercer County, 7-2, maybe a 7-2 Orion. That could happen
right.
too. So I think
Really,
it's-
they match up 7-2s?
Yes, they would match up at 7-2. That's if Mercer County can
I'm
win.
looking at kind of like a Fulton at a 5-4.
It depends on which class they would get in.
Right, and
And
a
that's
lot
the
of-
that's the
that's the
factor.
wild card.
That's
That's
the
the
wild
wild
card
card.
because Mercer County could be in 3A, Fulton could be in 1A.
Even Geneseo. couldn't they
Geneseo
bounce
could be
up
on
and
that
down?
5 and 4. I think they're safe
Right.
at 4A, but it
Okay.
could that could change.
And Alleman?
They're safely at 4A.
Okay.
That's definitely where they're going to be.
I think, what would you have on that one?
I had a
A
7.
7. I'm going to go the other direction.
Okay.
I'm going to go 3.
Okay.
Just because of that whole 10. I'm going to go 3, and here's why. Because what we need as a staff is our teams to play each other, which helps us in coverage. Okay?
Accurate. You got to tell the truth here.
Yeah.
You got to tell the
I
truth.
mean, you know,
Yes.
we cheer for matchups like that because
And it's a good local angle. I think it draws more attention to
it's
it.
A lot, there's
Look
a lot
at
of
Mercer
interest
County
in
Rock
there.
Ridge
You
last
get
year.
Geneseo Alleman playing off in the first round.
Yeah.
There's that could fill,
Bob Reed Field. Yes.
Right. You get Orion Rock Ridge.
That would be
that
it
would
for a
be a
playoff
great
game. Yeah.
draw. That would be a great draw. So in a way, we want that to happen. And when I really want something to happen, it usually doesn't happen.
Right.
So I'd like to be here in Week 10
Right.
of the playoffs, or when Week 10 first round of the playoffs. But that's going to be you and Tappa because I'll be catching some sun rays.
You need some.
And I will get some.
And we're gonna Tappa and I next week are gonna go over the scores, and I'll be celebrating my victory and being able to predict things better than my superior officer.
And I'll be
right?
catching it at QCOnline.com, watching the press box, seeing just how well I did. So anyway, thanks for stopping by at the press box. We'll see you in the postseason. Thank you so much.
Good luck
Thank you,
this week.
Zeglins, for being our sponsor in 2014.